In 2013, Mary Welch, the 13-month-old daughter of Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari, was found dead in her crib. The investigation revealed that Mary had been subjected to extreme neglect and abuse, including starvation. It was discovered that the couple had been aware of Mary's malnourished state, but had failed to seek medical attention for her.
How long ago did you find this child?
It's about an hour and a half. I was waiting. I called my lawyer first thing to ask, what's the next thing I could do.
So you found the child an hour and a half ago?
Yeah.
And called your lawyer first, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When was the last time you had contact with a child?
Last night, yesterday afternoon, about 3 p.m. She goes to bed, and that was that.
Okay, so you put her to bed yesterday at 3 p.m.?
Yeah, and then this morning at 10.
So you're saying it is normal for your children to sleep from around 3 p.m. till 10 a.m.?
Usually about 9:30, yeah.
And you said when you found her, she was already believed to be deceased, right?
Yes.
And that's when you consulted with a lawyer?
Yep.
Do you believe she was beyond help already?
Oh yeah, she was dead at the door now.
Seth Welch and Tatiana Fusari were arrested and charged with first-degree murder.
That you're both charged with what they call felony murder while in the perpetration or attempted perpetration of child abuse in the first degree. They're alleging that you murdered one Mary Welch. That is a charge called homicide felony murder. It is life without parole. It requires a DNA sample to be taken upon arrest, which is often like a cotton swab or in the inside of your cheek. The second offense that you're both charged with is called child abuse in the first degree, where they're alleging you knowingly or intentionally caused serious physical harm to a child. They're talking about this Mary Welch. It is a felony, possible penalty of up to life imprisonment or any term of years less than life.
This is Jeremy and Christine Moody standing trial after being charged with first-degree murder for killing Charles Parker and his wife. The couple targeted Charles Parker after finding his address in a sex offender registry. The couple believes that God wants them to eliminate all sex offenders. The police identified the killers using surveillance footages from the Parker home. Jeremy's tattoos also gave him away easily. During questioning, the couple admitted their guilt and went further to confess their crimes. They also revealed to authorities that they have plans to kill more sex offenders. The couple were charged with murder, kidnapping, and burglary. Before sentencing, the couple pleads for forgiveness.
Not a day goes by that I don't regret anything that happened. And I know that what I've done is a sin, and I believe that God has forgiven me of it. Please have mercy on Christine and I so we can still have a chance to grow old together as husband and wife.
The Bible clearly states, "Thou shalt not kill." I'm sorry I broke that commandment, but I truly believe God has forgiven Jeremy and I hope you will too.
After listening to their pleas, the judge had a few words for the couple.
Kill these two people. They had nothing, no way to defend themselves or anything else. And I tell you that I believe that if these two were to get out of jail, I would be concerned that they would do exactly the same thing again. I don't have any question. I think it is a case that justice demands a life sentence.
Upon announcing their sentence of life imprisonment, the couple share a final kiss before being separated. Outside the courtroom, the couple's remorse seemed to vanish as they reveal their true feelings.
I think Jeremy and I would have done it again if given the opportunity. I have no regrets. Killing that pedophile was the best day of my life.
What about what you said in court about repenting? Is that not true then?
No, it's not true. My lawyer made me say it.
Do you have anything to say to the victim's family?
May they die also.
Man, I ain't gonna let you, I ain't gonna let you sit here and say no crazy shit about me, man.
This is Elis Ortiz Neves, who is on trial for murder. On June 13, 2017, 25-year-old Ortiz was babysitting his girlfriend's 7 children when one of them allegedly stopped breathing. When police arrived, they found cigarette marks and other injuries all over the body of his girlfriend's 4-year-old son, Giovanni. Ortiz was arrested and sent to trial. During his trial, his girlfriend testified in his defense. According to her, her older son bullied Giovanni to death.
Sock him, push him. He was just mean to him.
But according to an investigator, Giovanni was brutally beaten by an adult.
The degree and the location and the number of injuries was remarkable. In my opinion, this injury is inflicted with blunt force from an adult individual.
Eventually, Ortiz was convicted of felony murder. He maintained his innocence at sentencing. He even offered to sit for a lie detector test.
I'm gonna continue to say I will take a lie detector test to prove that I never abused any of Sonia's kids or never abused Giovanni and never intentionally meant to hurt Giovanni but to help him.
But Judge Mark Trussick wasn't buying it.
You can claim your innocence, but I sat over this trial and I carefully listened to all the testimony, and the jury verdict was clearly correct in this matter. There is no question whatsoever that you committed this murder and that you beat this little boy to death. You had put cigarettes out on this poor little child. There was evidence of that from the pictures. This is one of the most disgusting trials that I ever had to sit through.
At this point, things got crazy.
The bruises, some of the bruises were in the shape of a belt buckle.
Man, I ain't gonna let you, I ain't gonna let you sit here and say no crazy shit about me, man. No, man, because he's saying shit he don't even know, man.
Sir?
As Judge Mark Trussick continued with his remark, Ortiz exploded.
The testimony showed that you put this child and other child in a shower with ice cold water. Anybody says anything back there?
When the dust settles, Ortiz was brought back into the courtroom to complete his sentence.
This is a 4-year-old child that was victimized. There is no question in my mind, sir, that you did this. You are the lowest form of human life that I've been able to observe or see. You are a monster, and quite frankly, you are evil.
Ortiz was eventually sentenced to life in prison without parole. It was later discovered that Sonia, Ortiz's girlfriend and Giovanni's mother, had prior knowledge of Giovanni's abuse.
Sonia was well aware. She was well aware of what was happening because she told him that was his responsibility to whoop them.
6 months later, Sonia pleads guilty to second-degree child abuse and perjury in court.
My first charge is perjury. I lied under oath for a man who I thought loved and cared for me. My second is failure to protect my children and blaming a sibling on a sibling. Your Honor, signing my rights off was the hardest and most difficult decision I had to make. Your Honor, what you decide to give me is nothing compared to what I have been through. I wanted to apologize to my family, my children, my lawyer, and the courts. Thank you, Your Honor.
She was sentenced to 57 months to 10 years in prison.
This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. I will not accept the recommendation for Mr. Rodriguez.
Meet Larissa and Christopher Rodriguez, accused of child murder in Cleveland, Ohio.
It was Christopher's idea to bury your son in the backyard?
It was my idea, and he just did it.
In 2017, Christopher arrived at his girlfriend Larissa's home with her 5-year-old son, Jordan, in a semi-conscious state. Instead of getting medical help, Larissa gave the child with special needs a cold shower and put him to bed. Tragically, Jordan died the next day. Instead of calling 911, the couple buried the child in Larissa's backyard. 2 months later, authorities received a tip from Christopher's brother.
He told me that something happened with one of the kids. They didn't call the cops. Him and his girlfriend buried the kid in the backyard.
Shortly after, the police arrived at Larissa's home.
Are your kids here? You mind if you step in? Well, we got a call. Want us to check on the well-being of the 5-year-old, 4 to 5-year-old kid.
How many kids are good?
Okay. What can we see? Do you have a child with special needs?
Oh, Jordan? Yes, I do.
How old is Jordan?
Jordan, he is just turned 5.
Where's Jordan at?
He's with his dad. He's going to be visiting for the holiday. He's not here with us right now.
Larissa lied to police that Jordan was in Texas with his father and conveniently couldn't provide a phone number to get in touch.
So Jordan has family members in Texas?
Yes.
All right. Yes. Do you know any numbers or how to get in touch with anybody who actually lives in Texas?
I mean, right now, his phone just got disconnected.
What's his address?
I'm waiting for him to call me.
What's his address?
I don't
you
know
just
his
didn't send
name.
the kid to who knows who, right?
I mean, no. I mean, I don't know the address personally because me and his dad don't really associate like that.
But you let him go with him, right?
Right. He just had his phone disconnected. He's going to be calling me with the phone.
However, when police searched the backyard, they found Jordan's body. When brought in for questioning, the evil mom confessed.
It was Christopher's idea to bury your son in the backyard?
It was my idea, and he just did it.
She also said Christopher often abused Jordan.
Did he actually physically abuse him? Did you see him?
A few times that I've seen, yes.
Larissa and Christopher were arrested and charged with Jordan's murder. The couple took a plea deal, reducing their murder charges to involuntary manslaughter and child abuse. During sentencing, Larissa's fate was first announced.
The court imposed a sentence as follows. Counts 1, 2, and 3 to be served consecutive to each other and concurrent to the sentence imposed in count 5 for a total sentence of 25 years.
Before sentencing Christopher, the judge Nancy Margaret Russo became emotional.
And I look at these photographs, and it's very hard. And Mr. Rodriguez, this is a horror. I know as a judge I'm not supposed to show emotion. And in 22 years, I never have.
Shockingly, Judge Russo refused to accept Christopher's recommended sentence and gave him the maximum punishment.
This is one of the worst things I've ever seen in my life. Whatever this child's life was supposed to be, you make sure it didn't happen. I didn't even hear you say you were sorry. I will not accept the recommendation for Mr. Rodriguez. You had every opportunity at so many points to make a difference, to get help, to stop beating somebody, to call the police, to ask for help, to try to take him to the hospital. I have to imagine that at some point you got on the internet and said, how do I bury a body? Because this is unbelievable to me. The level of meticulousness that you went through to not be discovered. I honestly don't know how you live with yourself. Your sentence is as follows. 1 year in prison, all counts to be served consecutive to each other with credit for any time served. That's a total sentence of 28 years.
If you find this video enlightening, kindly give it a thumbs up and subscribe.